I'm in a partnership with my mother and father. I came home farming, I suppose, in 2017. We're milking 150 cows, 152 cows here this year, stocked on the milking platform around 2.7. But we might go a small bit more next year, all going well. Sure, try and get them out to grass as often as possible. We're calving on paper the 4th of February, but we have a few of them with the genetics they have. They're calving kind of the end of January there. Sure, at the moment anyway, I suppose we're kind of winding down for the year anyway. We did our last milk recording today, and we'll pick cows to dry off and do the selective dry cow therapy on going forward. I suppose we've another, I suppose maybe 4 or 5 days at grass, weather dependent. I suppose anyway, with the heavy rain, it just you were going to start doing damage if you were leaving them out. So we left them in for maybe 5-6 days, and the kind of cold, dry week has come now anyway. So we're going to knock off that last bit that needs to be. I think we have an average farm cover of a little over 800 at the moment. Anyway, wouldn't mind that having that down around 700 closing. So well, it's a cover of 1700 they're grazing there at the moment. So once we have that kind of peeled off, what grass is there we'll need for the spring. Even coming up on the SmackTex app there, I think there's a few coming to needing to be dried off with calving dates and stuff. Usually we give them, well, heifers I suppose we give them 8 weeks, and cows we can go down as low as 56 days, but it kind of comes down to yield and more importantly banding I suppose too, trying to stay in the middle band. We have a small bit of surplus this year after the last 2 years on the 3-year average. Sure, I think they'll average under the ton this year anyway. I suppose we chased milk price a small bit anyway, but they'll end up doing around 560 kilos of milk solids anyway, so we don't mind feeding 950 kilos a meal at the price the milk was this year. Sure, I suppose feeding wise we try and keep grass in the diet as much as possible. Sure, we hadn't missed a day's grazing or missed an allocation of grass in the diet this year up until that until a week ago I suppose. So it's been a super year. Carlsberg did years of farming. This is it anyway. No, they'll be on the factor's British region in them anyway, trying to for the rest of the winter. I suppose they'll be on a 65 DMD silage, and it'll have to be restricted too because the breeding that's in them they will put on body condition score very easy. And then I suppose before they calve down, they'll probably be on a kilo of meal and maybe 250 grams of soya with magnesium flakes mixed through it 2 to 3 weeks before they calve down. Seems to really prime them and get them up and going before they calve down.